Is this finally the year where the RCB will lift the IPL title?
The Royal Challengers Bangalore have had a very impressive run so far in this IPL, not just with the bat, but especially with the ball, and that has been the talking point so far for them this season. Now, before we talk about what's worked for them with the bat, with the ball, with the spinners, and the fast bowlers, hit that subscribe button.
When you think of RCB, you never associate them with their bowling and how good it can be, because it never really has been. Whereas that has not been the case this season, they are the best in terms of their economy rates as an entire team in this year's IPL. Not only do they have the best economy rate for a team at 8.7, but they also have been doing extremely well in terms of their bowling averages, which means that they're giving lesser runs away per every wicket that they take. In this too, they're second with a bowling average of 26.2.
What's interesting with the RCB bowlers is that it's not just an improvement in the power play, but also at the death. In this year's IPL so far, the RCB bowlers have given about 8.3 runs in the power play, but if you look at historically since 2022, it's not even the best season in terms of the amount of runs given in the power play. But now when you talk about the death bowling, the RCB bowlers have had the best season so far in this IPL in terms of death bowling by giving away only 10 runs per over. If you look at the historical stats since 2022, you will realize that this has been the best run for them in terms of death bowling so far.
A standout performer for RCB this season with the ball has been Josh Hazlewood. He's one of the few bowlers who not only has done well away from home but also at the Chinnaswamy itself. And even in this, we know that Josh Hazlewood has always been good with the new ball, but what has been a revelation for RCB especially this season is his performance in the death overs. Now with Josh Hazlewood, not only does he have a really good economy of 9.3 in the death, especially considering the kind of run scoring we've been seeing this season, but he's also got wickets, taking 7 wickets at just 15.7 in these death overs. If you look at Josh Hazlewood's pitch map for the death overs, it paints a very interesting picture. You'll see that a lot of deliveries that he's balled have been a combination of either Yorkers or back of a length deliveries. You'll see that there's almost nothing that is there in the full length area, which ideally would be close to the slot where the batsman would be able to get their bat under the ball and hit those boundaries. But here's one more thing to take note of, and that's Josh Hazlewood's height as a fast bowler and how that is affecting the kind of lengths he's been bowling. You'll see that in the back of the length area, there are few balls that have been bowled in a similar position but have still been hit for boundaries. Now this has a lot to do with Josh Hazlewood's height itself, because he's someone who's extremely tall. He can usually ball that back of length delivery, get good bounce as we've been seeing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, which in turn makes it tough for the batters, especially if the delivery from there is bouncing to around neck height. You'll also see that this is the length where he's gotten more of his wickets in the death, and this has a lot to do with just the fact that he's someone who's tall, hits the deck hard, and can get that ball to bounce awkwardly.
Now, someone who's accompanied him at the death is Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who has also done decently well. In the 7 occasions where he has bowled at the death, he has an economy of 10 and has taken 5 wickets so far. An interesting observation is that although Josh Hazlewood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar are different kind of bowlers, Bhuvneshwar Kumar too has bowled a lot of his deliveries back of a length, using the pitch, hitting the deck, and extracting whatever bounce he can get off the pitch. But unlike a Josh Hazlewood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar has a lot of slower balls as variations, and those surprising short balls that he occasionally bowls. Which is also why in this pitch map you will see few short balls and a lot of balls up front where he's trying to bowl the Yorker, but also those full length slow ball deliveries. But it's not just this, right? The RCB management and the captain have been very smart in mixing it up with the kind of bowlers they can use at the death by using Krunal Pandya, Suyash Sharma, Yash Dayal, and even Liam Livingston on occasions. Funnily enough, even though Liam Livingston has only bowled 2 overs at the death, he's only given 3.5 runs per over. But even if you look at the fast bowling lineup overall, Yash Dayal has been a good support to Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Josh Hazlewood. In the 10 matches, he's picked up 9 wickets with an economy of 9.5. This is decent enough if your front line bowlers are doing a fantastic job as they are for the RCB team.
And while this is an overall look at the RCB lineup and how the bowlers have been doing at the death, it is important that we don't forget to talk about their spinners. Now, what has been an issue for RCB in the last couple of seasons is that they've really struggled to lock down spinners who can come in and control those middle overs. You'll also see this in the economy rates from 2022, where 2022 was a good season where the spinners had an economy rate of 8, but if you look at 2023 and 2024, those numbers go up to 9.6 and 10.5. But come 2025, and we've also spoken about this at length, how Krunal Pandya was going to be a very important addition to this RCB lineup, especially at the Chinnaswamy. But not only has Krunal Pandya stepped up, but you also have the likes of Suyash Sharma, who while has not picked up many wickets, has been fairly economical. Overall, the spinners have kept kept it tight, going at just 8.3 runs to the over. This feat is all the more impressive because you know that RCB is playing half of their games at the M. Chinnaswamy, which is an extremely small ground and a spinner's nightmare. Now, the other thing is that the trends in IPL have clearly shifted and become more batting friendly, especially because of the impact play rule. We've also made a video on that, so do check it out. But the bottom line is that the strike rates have increased consistently, and this is also evident in how RCB's bowlers fared both in 2023 and 2024. In both those seasons, they went for 9.3 and 9.9 runs per over respectively, which is on the higher side. But when you look at 2025, RCB's bowlers have done extremely well, even overall, going at just 8.79 runs to the over. And not only have their bowling economy rates been good, but they've also been picking up wickets regularly. The likes of Josh Hazelwood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Krunal Pandya have all picked up 10 plus wickets in the season, with Yash Dayal closing in on 10 wickets, currently on 9 wickets. But even with these 4 bowlers doing extremely well, what has also worked for RCB is that they've been able to use their part-timers very effectively. They've been able to get 9 overs out of Liam Livingston, where he's also picked up a few wickets and his economy is decent, going at less than 8.5 runs to the over. Not only that, they've also got Romario Shepherd in recently, and he's come in and got a wicket as well.
Something that you would hope for with the RCB team is for the bowlers to do well, but something that would almost be a guarantee is for the batters to step up, and that's exactly what they've done this season. Since 2020, in terms of run rate per over, this season has been the second best season so far for them, going at 9.3 runs per over. But in terms of batting averages, this season has been the best by far. With the batting average of 33.1 runs per wicket, it just goes to show how consistent the RCB batters have been. Even if you compare the RCB batting lineup to the other teams, they may not have the best run rate per over. But again, in terms of batting averages, after Gujarat Titans with an average of 43, the RCB right up then second place with a batting average of 33.1.
One of the hallmarks of RCB's batting lineup is that their openers have generally always had a good season. Virat Kohli, as we know, it has been consistent for a very long time, barring those couple of seasons in the 2020s. But apart from that, they've always had someone who's been really good at the top, and that opening partnership generally has been a good base for them to build on. However, something that needs to be taken note of this time is that not only are the RCB openers playing with a really good average of 40.8, but they've also been batting at a very good strike rate. In all of the seasons since 2020, this is the second best strike rate for the RCB opening pair at 148. Of course, a big reason for this is Phil Salt with a strike rate of 168 in this year's IPL.
And because Phil Salt bats the way he does, it's the perfect combination for someone like a Virat Kohli to bat with. Because not only can Virat Kohli take the attack when he needs to, but when Phil Salt's going at it, Virat Kohli can just give him strike, rotate and play the long innings that he always wants to. With 443 runs with a strike rate of 138, it might not be the most impressive strike rates, but every time RCB have gone on to win a match, Virat Kohli's been right there till the end, making sure that the game doesn't go away from their team. All the top 4 batters in the RCB team have scored 200 plus runs in this IPL season so far, with a strike rate of about 140 to 150, which is again very impressive and something the RCB team lacked a couple of seasons ago when they were heavily reliant on their openers and then the lower middle order. And this is where we come to the RCB's middle order. A couple of seasons ago, they were so reliant on Dinesh Karthik. However, this year there are a lot of batters in the middle scoring those big runs. With an average of 33 since 2020, this season is by far the best season for them in terms of averages from the middle order. But it's not just the amount of runs they're scoring, but how they're scoring these runs. This also happens to be the second best season in terms of strike rate, with a strike rate of 150.
A big talking point for this season has been how Tim David has been able to come into various situations and finish off games beautifully for the RCB. He's been striking at almost 200, but along with Tim David, you also needed someone who could stay there, complement his style of play, and also possibly take the attack on in case Tim David failed. And that's where Jitesh Sharma has come into the picture beautifully for the RCB. Striking at almost 150, Jitesh has also come in, played those crucial cameos, and in fact, he has been crucial for RCB getting those above par totals in a lot of games. And if it wasn't already a good enough sign that these two batters were firing, you had Krunal Pandya come up with that crucial 73 of just 47 deliveries. In a game that you otherwise would have assumed RCB to go on and lose, Krunal Pandya came into a very crucial situation, scoring those 73 runs and taking the counter attack to the opposition. What this means is that you have your top order firing, you have your middle order firing, but above all, you also now have your all-rounders in form, and it just means that everyone in that lineup has got runs in this tournament.
Even if you're not an RCB fan, you have to take a step back and appreciate how well-rounded this team looks. With their bowlers up top and at the death, the spinners in the middle, and the batters getting a lot of runs, this side looks like the team that might just go on to win the maiden title. Now, this has been a video on RCB and their squad. If you have have enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. All of our links are in the description below. If you haven't followed us on Instagram or Twitter, please do that. And if you haven't followed us on our WhatsApp channel, do that too. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.